Fantasies? Yeah, I have fantasies. Usually they involve me sitting on a beach with a beautiful pinball machine by my side. I am the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games. And today we do a review of Pinball Fantasies for the Atari Jaguar.
Second Opinion Games.
Yes, Pinball Fantasies. A pinball game made by 21st Century Games, which are pretty well known for making pinball games. So they seem to actually have it down, as it is a pedigree of theirs. This game is basically a port of the same game on the Super Nintendo. What does this mean? Well, the graphics aren't going to be pushed to their limits. The sound is going to be even more muted than the Super Nintendo sound. Probably a lack of voice, pretty much none at all, and somewhat average gameplay. However, the developers truly did know how to program ball physics, and only a couple times did I have something wonky happen that just didn't feel right. In this game, you have 4 tables, so let's take a look at them. To start off, we have the Partyland table, and it does look pretty cool, and there's lots to look at here, and quite a few secret ramps. It basically feels like you're at some type of crazy amusement park. And the game feels pretty easy as well. I do like how you could choose how many players you want by selecting it on the numbers button, and you could even pick the tables that you want at the main menu by selecting 1 through 4, depending on what table you want to play as. This was pretty intuitive. Also, the D-pad controls the left bumper, and the B button controls the right bumper. A to do a nudge, which in pretty much every pinball game I've ever played, I haven't figured out exactly when to nudge, and no different here. The C button pulls back the very, very short spring to launch your ball forward. I think that could have been adjusted a little bit, but overall, rather serviceable. This first table is a little bit muted in the sound, like I said it probably would be, and nothing really stands out. It just feels average, maybe about a B. Moving on to the next table, it's the Speed Devils table. This time, you have a car theme, and there is some car sound effects thrown in there as well, bumpers and plenty to do, lots of different ramps, and very satisfying gameplay. Pretty much what I would expect from someone who's worked on pinball games their whole lives, trying to make pinball video games. Completely understandable, but overall, still very average. Moving to the next table, and we have the $1 billion Gameshow table. The table is really fun and actually plays super fast. So if you really like fast moving tables, this is definitely your table. Again, rather short spring, sound effects are a bit muted, but the table is really good. And you could quickly rack up really high scores incredibly fast with this one. I really enjoy this table much more than I should have, because I really don't like game shows that much outside of Jeopardy, especially transformed into a pinball machine, but this is great. I really wish they would have had some synthesized voice or digitized voice in here, because I feel like the guy from Smash TV would have fit perfectly on this table. But instead, we got rather lame sound design as well. So is the last table the best? Well, yes and no. I like the overall aesthetic of it. It's the Stone and Bones table. Halloween theme that looks rather beautiful, but doesn't seem to have anything else changing in gameplay outside of what I already showed you. It's just more pinball on an average table that moves somewhat fast. Maybe not as fast as the $1 billion Gameshow table, but still moves pretty good. I haven't noticed that the game actually cheating me all that much. The game actually plays fine. It's the right level of difficulty, and scoring points is easy and satisfying. but it just doesn't make me want to keep playing nonstop. It just feels blah and kind of average. Each of these tables, I would say, are a B, B plus at the very best. On top of it, no multi-ball. Yeah, I've looked through the instruction manual and played the game myself plenty, and have not yet figured out how to unlock any multi-balls. I cannot imagine a pinball game without the multi-ball. It's very iconic and makes for frantic, fun gameplay. And I just don't get it here. Seeing that the developers really knew what they were doing inside and out with pinball, I can't imagine they forgot it by accident. And I doubt it really would have saved the game at all either. There are 4 tables, and I showed you them all. And they're all very, very different. Too bad they're just all average. Now there is another pinball game on the Atari Jaguar, Ruiner Pinball, which only has 2 tables. One of them happens to be an A+ table, and the other one a solid A table. So which one would I rather have? Quantity over quality, or quality over quantity? I'm going to take the quality every time. I had a blast with Ruiner Pinball. This game, I just felt like I was going through the motions. And when playing a game, you should never settle for going through the motions. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching.